Alright guys, so what we are about to do is we are going to go to the 100-foot graveyard. Sounds weird, but trust me, we in the past have found paranormal activity at this place. There was one time it was snowing and we found footprints that all of a sudden stopped. And they didn't come from anywhere. They just appeared and then disappeared. But first, we're going to take a stop on Yeti Road.
We're headed to the cotton gin. In 1913, it was an active gin, and that's the first sighting of a Yeti that they had in Hunt County at that time.
Yep, alright. Let's go check it out. This is the cotton gin that we were talking about earlier. It's really big, and if we could go into it, I feel like that would be a great Yeti hunting spot.
Cool.
Alright, now this is the gin for real this time. Now, he already told you what it was, but what happened to it, Granddad?
Well, after the war, the cotton prices went down and they couldn't sell it, so they started using it for just corn and grain. And farmers around here now, that's about all they do. They don't farm much cotton anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's why it shut down.
Yep.
We're about to pull up on Yeti Road. All right. You remember this place, don't you guys? Well, no. But you remember the tactic I told you yesterday. You really do want to get good back riding. But you also want to watch out for cars. Because if you don't, you're going to have a bad time. Really bad time. If you do hear any whimpering or crying, which probably is really hard to hear, but you have to listen, that's the Yeti child. They usually make that noise when they're about 2 weeks old. And yeah, that's really it. They are the least dangerous, but they have their mom to protect them. That's good. Hey guys, the reason I'm laying down now is there's cars. This is crazy. This is really crazy. This is crazier than last night. But y'all saw what happened last night. Remember, if you see anything that looks like someone has broken in recently, do not stay. Alright. Hopefully we can stop back and we can get back to our roots. Looks like we're good. Alright. We're going back because I did have to lay down. So I think we're about to get some good footage of this bridge. Alright, Bruiser. Now, since we're on the road, I'm not going to keep him on the far leash. I'm going to keep him on the close leash. But there was one time, me and my friends, Graham, you know who you are. I'm going to send this video to you. We were down here, and we just saw a cow standing in the middle of the river. Crazy, huh? Yeah, Graham. I know you. Anyway, Yeti hunting time. If you ever find a bridge, it is the best to go look in on the water. It could be underneath, but for this angle, you can't really see it good. There's the water. Actually, no. Down there, that's crazy. Let's go check this other side, Bruiser. I don't want Bruiser to get under this. Oh no. 1 second. Alright. Wait. We're out here at the 100-foot cemetery down here in Hunt County. Now, I already told you guys about Billy Hartford, who was the 5-year-old that was eaten at this place. But I forgot to tell you where. Do you see that gazebo in the distance?
Where's it at?
Where is it?
There.
Yeah, that's where he presumably died. Now, that's where I want to go check out. Let's go there. Alright, we're getting closer to the gazebo. Now, we're gonna have to do the Billy chant. Now, strangely enough, Billy's favorite animal was the Billy goat. Strangely enough. So, you have to do a goat call 5 times to awaken him. And this only happens on Saturday nights. So let's see if we can summon Billy. No. You ready? Alright, here we go. Meh! 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 Now, sooner or later,
No battery.
start saying Billy. You stop eating. You have John R. Killaw, or whatever, however you pronounce that. Now, some people don't know him, but you know one thing. He was one of the main people that started the Yeti Leech, or whatever it's called. Because he was the one who originally took the first photo of Bigfoot back a long time ago. So, he is a big part of Yeti history. That's all for him. So, you have the Kerfoot. The Kerfies? That's what it says? No, not the one. They were actually the first people to actually think Yetis weren't real. Now, of course, that's silly, because everyone knows Yetis are real. Come on. You saw that picture of Bigfoot that we talked about earlier, that John took. Well, that's why we are enemies with people who say Yetis are not real. Well, we're not enemies, but we do not think that is true. That is all I have to say about the Kurt. That is who he's going to be talking about. So?
In 1937, John Wallace was buried out here. It was after a snowstorm, and he had froze to death out trying to feed his chickens. They found him 2 days later. His friends came up looking for some kerosene for their lanterns, and they found him by the chicken house. He had turned blue. So, or that's what they thought. When they investigated what was going on, they had found his cur dog, Bruiser's great-great-grandfather, tied around a fence about 1.5 miles away, barking. And right in front of him was some footprints. Some of the largest footprints they had ever seen in Hunt County. Wasn't human, it wasn't a bear, but it was in between the two. So, what they surmised was John had went out to feed his chickens, and there had been a Yeti in his chicken pen eating one of his hens.
Yep.
John had a heart condition and fell dead of a heart attack right there upon seeing the Yeti. The Yeti started running, and the cur dog, Bruiser's great-grandfather, started chasing him. Well, the problem with that is that cur dog had a chain on him staked in the yard, and he pulled that loose. And as that Yeti jumped that fence, that cur dog run under that fence, and of course the chain got caught in the fence. And that cur dog froze to death.
Oh, no.
Good?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You?
These are who we're talking about. Granddad, take it away.
Okay. The Parrises had a homestead just on the other side of Mill Creek over here. Brushy Creek was what it's called now. And they had a lot of people come out, and they grew pickles and cucumbers, stuff like that. And the wife sold those things to the neighbors, and the neighbors would come every so often and buy those pickles from them. So the Simpsons came over to buy a load of pickles, and they found Mary Louise and Fred in the front yard. Both of them had their heads chewed off, and both arms and both legs pulled. And they had bled to death right there in the yard. And around them, they found the same prints that they found over there at the Wallace place by the fence. And they surmised that there was probably a colony of Yetis living on Brushy Creek in Hunt County.
Okay. Hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm going to be talking about one of my best friends went through. So, Finn Barch. He was on his school bus. He was gonna go to our school, but he came in late, and that's odd because his home is pretty close to the school, but it's still far enough for him to ride a bus. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's very unusual for him to come early, to come late. So when he wasn't there, I thought he was sick, or I thought he had hurt something, or he was in the hospital. But no, I thought wrong, because later that day, I was in 5th period, and I was talking to him, and I was like, hey, where were you earlier? And he said, well, my school bus got jumped by a bunch of Yetis, 5 Yetis to be exact. And one of them said, Finn said, he grabbed one of the walkie-talkies and started saying this on the speaker, we are the Yetis, and we are coming for blood. And that's all he told me.
Action.
I'm standing on top of the mound, which is currently the Yeti hibernation spot. This is a very dangerous thing for a rookie Yeti hunter. But since I've been doing this for 6, 7, 8 years, it doesn't bother me. Only thing is, you gotta know to make 0 noise. Because if you make a noise while they're hibernating, you could really mess up their sleeping schedule, and you could get hurt really bad. That's all I need to say. Alright guys, so it's been about 20-ish minutes since we've called up Billy, and I think we go back to the gazebo and check it back out. Come with me. Bruiser is hunting the Yetis. As you can see, he's getting his nose near the ground. He's sniffing for those footprints I told you earlier in the scooter dog video. He is sniffing out the ground for those perfect, fresh footprints. We're almost to the gazebo. So stay tuned. Alright guys, we're back at the gazebo where we summoned Billy. But we're gonna see if he's here. Billy, were you summoned? What the? Oh shoot!